What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Password. Now, I am again recording at 8:30 in the morning. I'm recording because I get privacy. Okay, if it's either late at night or early in the morning, that's how I get my privacy. Anywho, welcome back to Password. Previous video, we got a lot of answers. We got a lot of answers and stuff that we needed. We needed all of this. But now that we finally got it, now we are going in today. I don't know what's gonna happen next. So if you guys would like to see more Password and more videos in the future, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Make sure you also click that little bell icon make sure you click the little bell icon so you guys get notified every time I post a new video. Without further ado, let us continue. Alright, yeah. So this is where we left off previous video when I was recording with Ryan. Alright. With that, he slowly closed the bookcase behind him and disappeared out of sight. I sighed, running my hand through my fur and wandering back over to the window. The night seemed calm and quiet, but I found myself scanning the shadows for any flashes of white out of worry. Oh my god, Jack. What if he was just out there, waiting for me again? What would he do to the others if they went outside as well? As I continued to watch the darkness, I could see the shadows moving. Nothing white in stark contrast to the dark, but there was something moving out there. My heart stopped for a second while I checked on the wind and saw the trees swaying. Maybe it was just the wind. Maybe it was wildlife. Forcing myself to think that it wasn't the worst case scenario, I backed away from the window and headed to my room. Closing the door behind me, I collapsed onto it with a sigh. Things were looking up, right? We were making progress with everyone knowing stuff, and I was getting some answers too, as much as it was draining. If anything, I wish I had the capacity to just figure it all out. So many things were just missing, and I didn't know how these puzzle pieces were meant to fit together. It was a good thing I wasn't a detective. Imagine Dave a detective, guys. It'd be insane, actually. Have you guys ever had a thing of like, have you guys ever thought about being a detective? Let me know. Oh shit. Let me check on something real quick. I'll be right back, guys. We're back, guys. Sorry I had to leave you uh, with the ominous recording or ominous ambient. I don't know. Anyways, it had been a long day, so I stared at my bed as if it were an old friend, ready to lay down and black out for a bit. But something felt off. A dull throb somewhere in the back of my head was hinting that something was wrong. If what had happened up until this point was any indication, I knew I should at least try to do something about it. As I was tired but felt responsible for trying to intervene whatever bad thing may happen, it was the only thing guiding me forward towards the basement and the vault beyond. As my foot hit the bottom step, I froze, feeling the ground itself vibrate, a deep rumble before the sound of a large explosion sound somewhere far up. Oh my god. Clinging to a railing, I looked around frantically to see if the roof was coming down on us. The next thing I heard was everyone rushing to the foyer to see what happened. What happened? It sounded like an earthquake. It wasn't an earthquake. There'd be a lot more shaking and a lot less noise. Russell helped me to my feet and I turned to the three of them. Is everyone okay? Us three are fine at least. You? Stumbled a little, but fine. I turned to the other three who were looking just as alarmed, but otherwise fine. And you're all shirtless? I mean, fine. Good to know you're fine. I was just about to get ready for bed before we all heard it, I'm guessing. I'm not the only one assuming that was an explosion, right? No shit. But why is someone blowing up something now? You know, wondering why an explosion at all? But we're all safe, right? So who? I tried off the realization dawning on me. It wasn't Jack that had set off the explosion, had he? Benson and Osmond marched to the foyer, looking around at the rest of us. Everyone all right? It looked fine to me, Benson. Go find out what that was. Very well, sir. Wait! Why? What if it's, him, the rabbit? Calmly, Benson reached to his waistcoat and pulled out what seems to be a small revolver, jet black with slim design, different from the one I saw in my vision of his death. Worry not. I'm not planning on going unarmed. But I'd suggest keeping together for the time being, just in case the worst happens. Without breaking stride, Benson walked right out in front of the door with his pistol in hand, closing it behind him. Are we all just meant to wait here? I could make everyone some tea or something while we wait. Is that smart? Like, to split off just like that? As long as you stay together, we should be alright. Or at least not going off alone. Alright, well, boss, mind giving me a hand with the tea? Is there anything we should do while we wait? We won't need weapons, will we? I don't believe so. Alright, well, I guess all we could do is wait for Benson to wait out. Benson's going to be alright too, right? All things considered, I believe he'll be fine. Even without a gun, Benson is more than capable. For now, it's just as you say. We're going to wait until he returns. Benson is him, guys. Benson is him. He is a Chad. And so we did. The time ticked by while we waited for Benson to return. Some of us had tea to try to calm my nerves, but my eyes were trained on the front door, listening for the sounds of gunshots or anything that might hint that danger was nearby. Watching for the very moment Benson would come through that door, worried that he might not. Before I knew it, the front door opened again. We all stood the moment we heard it. The handle turned, assuming the worst, but sure enough. I have some grave news to deliver. How bad is it? Benson put his gun away and stroked his mustache, looking at each of us and saying, There's no positive spin I could put this on, so I'll say it plainly. The road that heads down the mountain is no more. Oh god. Gone? How? You sure? Maybe you just didn't see it properly in account of, I assure you the road is gone. A combination of a landslide and what likely we all had thoroughly destroyed a large section of the road. But how are we meant to get home? Will we be able to eventually? Like, is the damage that bad? Phones are out. Road is gone. Someone really doesn't want us to leave, do they? Is this my fault? No, of course not. Right, this is... Orlando sighed, rubbing his fingers through his mane. I don't know what this is. Well, all things considered, there's not much we can do now. And given the time and the lack of light, to there's no safety to have investigating right now. It will need to wait until morning. What are we meant to do? Just go to bed and pretend nothing was wrong? Regrettably, that's what I'm proposing. Partner up if you need for more comfort of safety in numbers. He stroked his mustache again, thinking things over. I had a feeling I knew what he'd say before coming out with it. It stands to reason that someone should keep watch, and that person makes sense to be me. We can't accident that you. We should take turns. Hey, what would you meant to do? I'm the only one currently on, and given a potential assignment, it'd be best if someone were trained to deal with problems should arise. But you need to sleep at some point, right? He flashed a tired smile before shaking his head gently. When you've lived as long as I have, you find yourself needing less sleep in the interest of enjoying what time you have left. How old is Benson? That's what I need to know, because if he's in his 70s, then I'm like, God, bro. Nah, Vincent, he's old. I would say he's probably in his late 50s, or late 50s or 60s. How old is Benson? I don't know. Will it tell me? Dean and Tyson nodded to one another, seemingly solid on Benson's choice before heading upstairs. Roswell was soon behind them, looking thoughtful. Then Haas, after he gave Benson a careful look. Are you really sure? I really don't mind staying up if I need to be. Do not worry about me. I have things I need to attend to anyway. This just gives me a chance to do that, and it won't impact keeping you all safe. Sal reluctantly nodded and made the leave, pausing to take Orlando by the hand until he was following upstairs of his own accord. At this point, I noticed that Osmond was just gone, having moved on to bed already, as I assumed. Come on now, Dave. It's alright. Yeah, alright. Good night, Benson. Good night. See you in the morning. I'm telling you, right? Oh god. My puppies are barking. My puppies are barking, guys. We got 2 little puppies. I think I told this story before already. Giving Benson one last look, I headed upstairs, hoping that he'd be alright. I wanted to head to bed just to lay down and get some sleep. I found myself going on autopilot towards a different room and said, fuck yeah, we better be going to Tyson's room. With motion, I opened the door and closing it behind me with my foot. Dave? My reply came in the form that marched forward and hugging him. Said they were on the chest, almost clinging, desperate. Aww. It was the second time that I had done this in a couple of days, but I didn't care. He was the one thing that I thought when I needed comfort, and I needed that now more than anything. His hands found my shoulders and patted me gently, possibly still stunned from how soundly I barged into his room. Put me back properly. He peeled my arms from around him and wrapped his arms around me in the same way I'd done him. Better. I hugged him back around the neck, rubbing my cheek against his and sighing out. I'm scared. Yeah. What if... Hey, it's fine. I'm scared too. We squeezed each other tight before I pulled away enough to look at him in the eye. Can I stay here with you? Just for tonight? Why the fuck would I say no? I don't know. God, you're hopeless. He let me go wandering away to turn off the light, watching as I crawled into bed, leaving the covers back for him. Once the light was off, he crawled next to me and lay flat on his back, staring at the ceiling. You gonna be alright? Yeah, not the first time we shared a bed. Won't be the last, probably. Meaning, roll the fuck over. He flipped me around on my back, so my back was to him, and he called me close from behind, pressing himself close as he could to get to me. He sighed quietly next to my ear and let me rub my chest. Aw. Good night, Dave. Night, Tyson. Soon after, the exhaustion caught up to me, and I fell asleep in the arms of who mattered the most to me at the moment. Aww. Tyson needs to figure himself out right now, because him and Dave need to they need to be on. They need to get together. I could sense the love between them. Tyson has to have some sort of feelings for Dave. He has to. Like, there's no doubt about it that he has some sort of feelings for Dave. He just doesn't know, apparently, though. While I slept, I wasn't resting. Every day seemed to have more questions rather than answers. Those questions worried me to my core as to why they hadn't come up. The syringe, the vial, the rabbit, even Oswin's rat had me swimming in both worry and confusion. What did it all mean? How did it all connect? Why did I feel like I was the center of it all? Then there was the vault. What was so important to have stored on the other side? What exactly was the thing that made me see the things? Oh my god, I can't speak today, guys. Again, it's early in the morning. Don't blame me. What exactly was the thing that made me see the things I did? No, forget it. But most importantly, who was marked for death? Why? I opened my eyes and saw that it was sometime early in the morning. I wasn't tired anymore, though. Too distracted with my thoughts to rest. Desmond was still behind me, holding me close to his front. I could feel his muzzle resting against my head as he was snoring softly. There's a few times that he'd fallen asleep, basically on me, but something about this time felt different. Maybe I had just fallen in love with him properly, and this was something good enough to make me reconsider getting up. Or maybe it was the fact that it was pressing right under my tail. That part of me considered taking me up. It was offered to let off some steam, and then and there. Part of me wanted it, but but it was the same part that feeling guilty that the way I wanted him didn't seem to be the way that he wanted me back. As I pulled away, Ty made to grab me lazily into sleep and mumbled something incoherent. Not that he managed to keep me in place, but instead curled up into a now empty space beside him, unaware I was gone. Once I was up, I put on some clothes, assuming that what I needed was a walk just to clear my head. Carefully, I wandered downstairs with my hands in my pocket, quietly in case someone around, or maybe it was because I was listening out for anything else that might be wrong. In the middle of the foyer, I looked around, and all I could hear was the faint white noise that came from absolute silence. I checked the air next, breathing in deep through my nose. Nothing out of the ordinary. A lingering smell of food from the kitchen, Benson somewhere nearby, but that's about it. Sighing out, I wandered towards the back door, placing my hand carefully on it to look out the window. The world was still, and I could see Benson standing in the middle of the back deck looking out at the woods. Using open the door, I peeked around it, using it as a barrier while I tried to get Benson's attention. You're doing a poor job of being subtle, Dave. But no need to be afraid. There's nothing but us out here right now. Alright? I stayed by the door just in case, but I was now solidly outside for the first time since being out in the woods. Yeah, for the first time in like 3 days, Dave. How did, as expected, there hasn't been anything of note. Just quiet night with my thoughts. I'm assuming that your thoughts is what's keeping you up? No, I slept, but yeah. I guess with everything going on, I started wandering a little closer, scratching my arm. This was meant to be a vacation, something fun. But now I've broken down and cried, so that's okay. Maybe that was a good thing. But the road blowing up? Yes, that is something that troubles me as well. Not in that our escape method is cut off, but for whoever blew it up in the first place as well. Huh? There's nowhere way off the mountain? Unless there's some new way has been invented, there seems no means to land aircraft on the mountain either. Not enough level terrain or wide enough space. Well, shy of the area around the mill, but trust that Oswald would have noticed a helicopter. As I scratched his mustache line. Yeah, they have no way off the mountain. Like, the phone reception is cut off. The road is there's no way off the mountain, bro. How the hell are they supposed to get off? Are they just supposed to get lucky? Although, with how much of a shut-in Oswald is, it's a wonder he notices anything these days. Is that why the security system is there? So that he could keep tabs while he's safely in his lab? That's what he'd claim, although to be fair, I was the one that did most of the installing. Be too careful what visitors you have now, those with a lot of money and power, with rarely the wisdom to know how to use it either. Talking about Orlando's dad again? Among other things, it's no different to when their parents were around, given the company was much the same. Considering part of the package dealt with being wealthy, granting the boy. Kinda thankful that I guess my family wasn't well off. I wouldn't say that. From what I understood, your mother had quite the salary, and your father had a well-paying job as well. I guess that's true. I never really saw it in that way. Rarely I do with money do those with money understand just how fortunate they are over those that do not have it. Much in the same way, those that do not have money have no grasp with what it's like to have it. As I say, ignorance is bliss. I don't think that's right at all. No? Well, Tyson was dirt poor, and I shared what I had with him because it felt fairer that way. And Orlando, he always had neat toys, but he shared them with me. New games and stuff. And I'm glad the newer generation at least has somewhat more aware of those around them. Or perhaps it's just a natural magnetism at work, Dave. It could be, but I don't think I'll ever know. From what I've seen, you've done well in rallying your friends together. After all, they were willing to search the house in hopes of finding a gun they did not even know existed. Where'd that gun ever end up? Just with Osmond, right? Let's see. I believe the night you were looking for the gun, I had it in my possession. I handed it off to Osmond the day after. Granted, it was the only gun I had with me, as it was cleaning both his and mine that day. Proper gun maintenance is a good habit to practice. I almost jumped when I heard the door behind me shift. Stepping away from it, someone stepped out to join us in the morning air. Oswald, what's this? Having a conversation at this hour? I do believe Dave was just having some trouble sleeping and wanted someone to talk to. Hardly surprising. How much danger do you think we're in? Like, surely you've been in dangerous situations before, right? That's an interesting question. Oh my god, I need to stretch real quick, guys. I do believe the most situations Oswald has found himself in, excluded all the bad ones, I'm not even gonna from him noticing. Not child, Bunsen. I'll have you know that I know full when you've been up to something for my own good. Then I shall keep this in mind next time Roswell makes a pass at your cereal, and I'll let you step in personally. Oswald huffed, shaking his head. That boy will learn one day where the line is drawn. But is today that day, sir? I'd hardly think you'd be so again, with these long ass words and me to drop all of your strong options after the show at breakfast. It may just be. It's something that, all things considered, I'd like to square away with him just in case the worst happens. Not that I don't like the idea of you two playing nice, but why are you awake? Much like you, too much on my mind. And true to any other day you put on your lab coat rather than walk around in your pajamas. All of you know I'll wear this lab coat when I'm sent to work. The day that I take off this good is the day I finally stop actively working on things. You understand, right? You understand, right, Dave? You wear that orange hoodie, sweater, and fair a bit, and I doubt you have it more than one. I guess it's kind of the same. It's mostly just comfortable. It's not really even mine, although I guess I have it long enough that it may as well be. Oh, pardon? Oh, the orange hoodie is Tyson's. So the orange hoodie, okay, oh, that's nice. So it was Tyson. Or was. Just some old thing that he stretched out given we weren't too long. I just sort of got given it one day and found it comfy enough that he let me keep it. So like a hand-me-down. Can't say I've ever had that experience. No, that's because your upbringing told you that there was no sense in not buying everything new. Maybe I understand better if I had siblings growing up, but my parents bought all my things new as well. Well, as someone who grew up with siblings, handing down old clothes and the like was hardly a fortune concept. When times were tough, you made do. Like now? How do you mean? Although I suppose in broad sense, times are tough, but not for financial reasons. Oswald looked at Benson, giving him a quick study before nodding his head. I'm up now. Get some sleep, Benson. Chances are we're going to have quite the day ahead of us. But I don't think I'll be getting much sleep. I will, however, take up on your offer. Good night, gentlemen. Benson gave a short bow before wandering back inside, leaving me alone with Oswald outside again. He just shook me towards the edge of the deck, and we stood before looking out over the backyard. Ah, this scene again. I can't wait for like future updates where like these CGs are like fully like finished, because like these are sketch. Either these are sketches or line art. Dave is definitely a sketch though, from what I've seen. Oswald looks like line art. But I can't wait to like see future updates where like these CGs are like fully like finished, because it's like it's the like the CGs that we have now. It's the earlier ones that are finished, like the one with Tyson who when he punched Dave, or like Tyson and Dave just like sitting watching a movie or something. That's actually a new CG. I have to show you guys. I have to show you guys. The CG got updated. If I updated it in my, if you look at I think it's part 4 or 5 of my password playthrough, I changed the thumbnail of it to the new CG. But if you watch the video, it's the old CG of Dave and Tyson in the rec room watching the movie. Yeah, that got updated in this recent update. I had no idea. Oh, my friend says me. Oh my god. Alright. Yeah, I can't. It was a solid couple minutes before he said anything, quietly as if he was trying to keep me calm. He left an impression on me last we spoke. Like a few hours ago? That's right. I went to the lab and asked the Nautilus what his take on this was. I stayed quiet, expecting him to elaborate on his own, as I thought he wasn't exactly helpful, insofar as knowing anything new, or at least that's what he says. Great, I guess. But cheer up, boy. It's not all bad. We have a few tricks up our sleeves yet. Tricks? You starting to sound like Roswell. I chuckled weakly, shaking my head. Or maybe it's a more thing. Is this the part where I jokingly call you racist? Yeah, I guess you would. But I hope if I told you a secret. Perhaps what's behind the vault door. Oh, I would love to know. I would love to know what the hell is behind that that's causing all this. Like, why can't we destroy it? Why can't we just get rid of it? Probably not. Knowing what's behind it isn't going to stop Jack and Orlando's dad from coming to it anyway, right? Perhaps, but you might understand why I'm very interested in keeping it out of his hands. How bad can it be that you're putting us at risk by not handing it over? I don't think Memphis... Memphis? Is that his dad's name? I remember Ren saying that name before, and then he was like, spoiler, oops. Is that Orlando? That's I think that's Orlando's dad. How do you pronounce that? Memphis? Yeah, I don't think Memphis really cares about what I've hidden behind that door. But if you were to find out, then, well, we had a lot more death on our hands. So since it's not a time, okay, so Memphis believes it's a time machine. What's behind the door isn't. So if he figures out what's behind the door, he's probably gonna go haywire. I grumbled for a bit before sighing out, shooting him a sideways glance. Okay, fine. What's behind the door? Behind the door is my greatest work and my greatest failure. A single dose vial of something that I never should have created. A poison? A cure? I frowned, trying to think about how that would be a bad thing. He continued before I raised the question. Or at least it should have been, when in reality, isn't it? So, it is a poison. Not in the conventional sense, but let me explain it a different way. What do you imagine would happen if a type of medicine existed that cured everything and anything? Well, like, oh my god. Well, that'd be great, right? No one would need to be sick, you could save countless lives. You think so, but alas, that's not the case. But it literally cures everything, doesn't it? The actual medicine would, yes. But think about how pharmaceutical companies make their money. They make their money off the sick, off those that can afford to buy medicine that may not work. Dave, sick people get desperate to do anything they can to survive. For every one of those people is another in position to take advantage. Take advantage how? Fakes, cheaper alternatives that people would turn to only to be given a saline solution for their efforts when they can't afford the real thing. But whoever made it could just make it cheap, right? Not if it was expensive to make. But even then, this assuming that it passes the medical board for medication, and there are a lot of interesting parties in ensuring that the sick stay sick, so that money keeps coming in. But that's awful. Life is awful, Dave. It is, but that's how the world works. It's more problematic than that, too. Imagine all the people would no longer have jobs because of this one medicine making everything they worked on redundant. Overnight, you'd collapse a whole industry. Well, good thing that good thing that the thing behind the vault door isn't that medicine then, right? Instead we have what? It's technically that very medicine, Dave, but tailored to one specific individual. They were still able to take it. Alas, the time is long gone now, and I have well just been a poison. Why aren't they able to take it? What would happen if I took it instead? Put it simply, the person who it was made for can no longer take it. You cannot cure what they have, like with with any other person who is dead. Obviously you can't bring back someone's dead. But if you took it, you'd surely die. Oh, it's alright, Dave. It serves as something for me to remember them by. That's all. When my time comes, I'm sure that someone will take care of what's behind the door for me. And if I need to die protecting it, then so be it. For now, we'll need to ensure everyone is ready for the days ahead. Yeah. He does have a point though, like it'd be nice to have something that could cure let's say like cancer or other diseases. It'd be really nice to have something like that. But the fact that if that miracle cure went out, then we collapse the whole industry overnight, which is insane. It's insane how this world works, guys. It's honestly like I'm not gonna get like thing here. So we're just gonna continue. Osmond backed away from the railing, scratching his chin. Speaking of, you best get some sleep if you can. What about you? I'll be fine. I've had some coffee and trust that if you hear some gunshots, I have noticed are unwelcome guests on the property, and I've given them a proper greeting. Isn't there anything else? Anything at all I could do instead to prepare? Not really. Not until everyone's awake. Although, he suddenly me over, deciding not to add anything more, gesturing to continue. The scavenger hunt. How's that faring? Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. I totally forgot about the scavenger hunt. The question blindsided me, and I did a double take, wondering if I heard him correctly. I think we've mostly forgotten about it with everything kind of happening. A shame. If we found more, though, I would very much like you to continue searching. Really? With everything going on, you still want to keep searching for those medals? I do. They're very important. If anything, I'll give you something to focus on. If that isn't impending doom, shouldn't make any difference. I gave him a funny look, but found myself yawning. Sadness was creeping, and became more of a pressing need than arguing the point with him at this time of the morning. Sweet dreams, Dave. I'll see you in a few hours. Making my way back upstairs, I wandered to the bed I spent the night, and everything was still as if I had never left. I try to make myself comfortable with everything. Everything's still running through my head. Wondering just how dangerous this thing was behind the vault door, or if it was just a tall tale to keep me distracted from the knife-thrusting rabbit somewhere in the wood, trotting away. Sure enough, though, my eyelids were growing heavy, and cuddling down in the warm covers, I drifted off. Although it was not long after that I found myself waking up with the day properly starting. In a daze, I woke up and got out of bed again. The few comments thrown my way, I mumbled incoherently in reply to, but that seemed enough to get by me. I was still so tired and hoped that I'd eventually end up just passing out from exhaustion later, just as an excuse to have a good rest. It felt strange to want to just pass out with the danger just out of you, but someone else could worry for a while in my place, right? Just like Benson had already done already, but again. Most of us ran into each other on the stair, the lot of us in combination of tired, restless, and hungry. It was only at the mention of food that I felt my stomach grumbling, and the thought of eating made me feel a little more normal. This was our routine now. Gather together, someone would go to the kitchen to get food, and we eat and chat. Or at least it was, and we were all just sitting at the table unsure of what was meant to happen now. So, how did everyone sleep last night? Everyone's attention went to Dean, although no one replied immediately. That bad, huh? I didn't do too badly, all things considered. It should have been worse. It's not that, Dean. Just, we're all kind of rattled. The road blowing up is certainly, what I meant is that no one could have seen that coming. I'm with you then. If the whole road is gone, then someone was planning on making sure that we couldn't get away. But we didn't do anything to anyone. At least, I didn't. None of us did. It's just bad luck. I thought you had all the luck, Roswell. Shouldn't that, As much as I usually agree with you, I guess my luck just didn't pan out this time, Dave. Luck or not, what's the plan? Are we able to just wait until someone comes looking? Are we wandering down the main road? Again, it's early in the morning, guys. With that lunatic out in the woods, no way we should go out there. Plus, do you know how long it takes to get anywhere? Well, if we go into the main road, that should be fine. Hail down the car, and we could hitchhike. I don't think that's gonna work. Too many of us, and we don't know just how bad the damage is, do we? One wrong move and we'll be in trouble. So we're stuck, right? We're certain that we're stuck. I turned to the other three, seeing if they had anything to add. The moment I did, however, we're not stuck if we accept that there's danger. But the woods, right? That's literally where the danger is. I think I get it. If they got into the woods, then they must be able to get off. If they set off the bomb, yeah? Only place we haven't searched is inside the woods. Sal nodded quickly. Oh yeah, that's true. If they blew up the roads, then that means that if Jack and Orlando's father were to blow up the road, then they know another way out. There has to be another way out then. Off the mountain, I mean. We could try going through the forest if worse comes to worse. I'm not going out there. Not until I could be sure I'm not going to be chased by him again. Not even if we all went together. Dude, are you seriously suggesting safety in numbers? How the fuck is that going to work if we have no idea where we're going? It's not the best plan, or even the safest, but at least we have an option. Should things get to a point where we can't stay together. That's all well and good, but that doesn't help us figure out what to do now. Any luck with our phones? We all reached into our pockets and checked. After a few moments, it was clear that whatever signal we had, still was there. Boom! They thought of everything. So that's enough. Whatever happened with the landline idea? I can answer that. I went to the door. Oswald standing there with his arms folded. He stepped close to the table, adjusting his glasses, and continued. The landline idea failed because there isn't one. How do you not have a landline? Who am I going to want to contact? I have a cell phone, as does Benson. I can assure you that there are very few people I have contact with, and I'd much rather do my correspondence in person anyway. True. Speaking of, how is he? Having been up all night, I imagine he's resting, right? Yeah, they tagged out however long ago it was. That's right. Although in the time I've been keeping watch, I have not had to worry about firing off my gun. Nothing has appeared as far as I can tell. And we're sure you just didn't mess with anything? Oswald grunted, shooting Roswell a dirty look. Yes, I'm positive. So for the time being, we should be alright. They're not going to make a move now that we're all awake, are they? It's hard to say. Truth be told, it would make sense for any movement to be made during the daylight for generational navigation. Even a rabbit would know better to make a move in the dark. Why? I thought they could see in the dark. They can. But with us on high alert, it will make no doubt for a poor move. Whoever is out there is outnumbered. Sure, but now that it's day, we're all awake. If we stay in groups, picking us off to get to what they're after will be that much harder. So sticking together while we do what exactly? Search for a way for safety off this mountain, I mean? That's restricting our search to just around the house. If we're staying as far away from danger as possible, right? That doesn't give us many options into finding things to get away from the house. Well, as it turns out, there is something you could be searching for. What is it? The medals. There was a confused silence shared among the rest of the table. As looks were exchanged as well as Osmond's mouth faded. You may believe it's just to be a game Roswell and Benson devised, but I assure you that along with coming out this month alive, fulfilling the scavenger hunt best of your ability is equally important. How the fuck is that more important than getting out of here alive? I think I know why. Ren mentioned that the medals they correspond to this true ending. So the medals is what I need. But how many medals have we gotten so far? How do we find the rest of the fucking medals? I think that's where like the multiple gameplays come in, because I have to do multiple playthroughs if I'm going to beat this game 100%. So yeah, that's fun. How the fuck is that more important than getting out of here alive? I thought it was only meant to be a game. Is it something to keep us distracted from thinking about being endangered consistently? Partially, although I'd say it was equally important and not more so. And those me or not, it's ultimately your call. Much like you, I have no idea where they are. Well, we found some at least. Show me. Well, it's not like they're here with us now. Why would we be carrying them with us? Fine. Then, can you describe them? If you give us a couple minutes, we could go retrieve them. It shouldn't be too hard. Come on, Tyson. Give me a hand, please. Fine. Most of them are just in your room, right, Dave? Yeah, I think so. I kinda just left them laying around so you'd see them pretty easily. The pair left in a hurry. But most importantly, together. It seemed the idea of sticking in numbers was already unquestionably a good idea. Now then, while I wait for them to get back, I've been meaning to ask if no one is hungry. I would have expected coffee on the table by now. I guess we all just really not been in the mood to do anything about it. Hardly surprising. Although, you can't just not eat. You all should have seen how fared Dave in his throes of sadness. And right here, I'm very aware. And for the most reason, you should at least eat. You should all at least eat. Something less I remember what it's like to go days without food, and it's not pleasant. Well, I could make something. Scrambled eggs, toast. Everyone fine with that? I'll come help, I guess. Someone better make the coffee while you're sorting that out anyway. Dina and Linda walked back towards the kitchen while Osmond made himself comfortable at the table. The silence was uncomfortable, mostly because we all weren't sure what was going to happen next. Tessin and Sal returned after a bit, dumping what medals they found on the table. Sitting down, it wasn't long before Dina and Linda emerged again. They had hurried in preparation for breakfast just so they could rejoin the group. So these are the medals. This is the brainstorming music, guys. This is the music we need whenever we need to think hard, you know. This money, they expect it to be so diligent. I looked at the medals each on the table with a frown. There weren't that many, and even what we did have, we'd found by sheer luck outside. The one we directly got a hint for. We're quite resourceful, I'll have you know that. Roswell, I put this down to sheer dumb luck more than anything. You consciously did. In any case, his face. I love that face Roswell has. Roswell's so silly. And look at Haas. Haas and Roswell are just so silly. Look at them. Look at them. We have an emoji like this in the Discord server. And it's titled Unfiltered Joy. I'm gonna send that in the Discord server right now. I'm just gonna spam that. Oh my god, it's been a while since I typed in here. Oh my god, I wish I didn't open it. We're just gonna Unfiltered Joy. We also have a bald Haas emoji. Haas lost his weave. It's called. And I also made a emoji that's not very nice with freaking David. First one is Aquarius, found in a hedge maze by Orlando. Sal blurted out a quick apology before going to his room to get the medal, to which Orlando just waved off. Aquarius, right? What's next? I pointed out the medal that I found in the greenhouse, quickly speaking up. I found this one underneath the giant pumpkin in the greenhouse. A pumpkin? That's a bizarre place I found it, but no doubt there are others, more obscure places that these things could have been found. I almost tripped over it, so yeah. Given the pumpkin has been growing there for quite a while, it's a wonder anyone has found it. But this one's a Taurus. Hey, I'm a Taurus, guys. Hold on, can we just back up and find out why you know which is which? Why wouldn't I? The medals belong to my family. Oh, I quickly looked at Tyson. What about the one we found, Ty? It's not here? No idea what you're talking about. You know, in the maze. That was Aquarius, unless there's a second medal. There was I think, kinda? Well, which is it? Did you find a medal or not? If I found one, it'd be on the fucking table. Fair enough. I scratched my head and caught Tyson's eye when a couple moments passed by and quickly shook his head. Something to bring up with him later, it seemed. So, what now? Did we do good? Well, it's hardly a complete set. We're making progress. Oh, is he talking? I just realized, is he talking about the half metal thing that he found? Plenty more to go, however. Should pose enough of a thing to focus on distracting you from what dangers are lurking in the woods. If not that, I'll have something else to offer. Such as what? Huh? $1 billion? Each? Each? Are you fucking kidding? 2 million? You are willing to give $2 million each? That is insane. I honestly don't care either way. Are you? Oswald, that's a lot of money. You're really reckless with your money, you know that? Am I? Dude, you can't just casually drop numbers like that. 7 million without batting an eye? Normal people can't do that. I don't understand the issue. None of you are normal. So, oh shit. I wasn't paying attention to anyone other than Oswin. That's when the spoon flew across the table and smacked him across the face, made me do a double take. Roswell! $2 million is not a paltry sum of money, and we don't need to be bribed along with stuff just because. Okay, hold on. Upon finding the medals and making it out this month, we would each get a million or $2 million. That's like 2 million times 7 is like 14 million. That is insane. Bro, if Osmond is just willing to give up money like that, bro, I don't honestly know if I would take, like, but much as Roswell right now, I would be like him right now. Like, would I take, like, $2 million just straight off the bat? Like, sure, it would be helpful and all that, but, like, for finding medals, like, I'm a good scavenger. No, not really. But I could scavenge for things. I could find things. I could find things. So if I had to find like all 12 medals, 13 medals? Is there 12 or 13? I forgot. No, there's 12 zodiacs. Yeah, there's 12 zodiacs. So, anyways, this is not wearing a spoon flung across the table, boy. Have you not learned table manners? If we're talking properly, I don't think you have any right to judge me, mister. I'm throwing money at my problems. Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, I gotcha. Be right back, guys. Alrighty, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. I have sorry about that. Alright, anyway. Oops. Alright. How dare you, boy? God, stop! You're acting like children! Oh, I might be young, but what's his excuse? You did this with Tyson, and now you're doing this with Oswin Roswell? Not cool. We have other things to be stressing about, and you're adding to the mix. But that's a lot of money. Money that I'm free to do with as I choose. Is going to do a lot more good as an incentive to save off worry than sitting around in my bank account. If you're offering money, then fine, we'll take it. He clearly doesn't want it. And if we get out of this alive, the money will be nice to cover whatever therapy we might need to put all this behind. yeah, we're gonna need therapy. We need therapy after this, guys. Is it really okay? Of course it's not. The offer has been made. Should you wish to take the money, after all, it is said and done. Or refuse. We can deal with that. This is fine as well. Also seemed to grumble to himself, but said nothing to refute him. You know, I noticed Sal carefully sliding the cutlery away from him, lets anyone want him more airborne, and threw me a quick nod when he seemed satisfied with nothing in reach. I'll take that as a yes. And on a note, I shall leave you to it. I take it you already have your assigned buddies for your game? That shall do for now. For what? Buddy system for staying safe, remember? Guess if we're looking for medals again, it makes sense that we may as well do it in teams if we started with. Indeed. Wait, we have a problem then. Oh, right. It's not a problem. Roswell can come with me, with Dean and myself. Sure, it'll be a group of 3, but who really cares at this point? Alright, sure. Guess there's no problem with that then, alright? I guess not. For the group set, something resembling a task on our belts, we ate what food we were in the mood for before splitting off. I followed Tyson out of the dining room automatically. Sure, part of it was that he was my partner, but another bigger part was that he was just someone I was just used to following. Suddenly he stopped, sighing out, and turned to look at me. Ty? Nothing. Just... this whole thing is fucked. That's absolutely a something. Reached out and lazily slapped my face, keeping contact from my forehead down to the tip of my nose. Brat. Brother. If his tail wasn't wagging a mile a minute, I wouldn't have been too sure how he'd take it. But he seemed to relax. Are you still feeling scared? Fucking terrified. Did you want to talk about it? No. Did you need to talk about it? Probably. We can talk while we look for medals then. Besides, spending time together and stuff. He grunted, eyeing me off carefully. Alright, where are we looking? I don't even know. They could be anywhere, including the other half of that not medal you found. Why'd you even keep that to yourself anyway? It wasn't a medal. Well, yeah, but it's half of one, right? Maybe someone else might have found the other half. Where look? I shrugged, remaining stuff, huffing. Look at this. I don't want their fucking help. I can do this on my own. Oh. Fuck, no, wait. I'm not finding the other half of the medal thing. Right. So, I should just... No, just come here. He dragged me by the arm off to the side into one of the side rooms, shutting the door behind him. I waited and he paced, mumbling something to himself before growling to me. But I want us to be with you, alright? Oh, oh. You just said... I swear, Dave, you make me just want to... He grabbed me roughly by the cheeks and the excess fluff falling through his digits. Ow! Quit it! His grip loosened, but he didn't move his hands. Instead, he just watched me, and I watched him back silently, just watching how his expression shifted slightly. The twitch of his nose, the few visible whiskers I could see tremble. Does he have whiskers? He has Does he? Slightly. I don't know. Do we count these little dimples like whiskers? Do you count those? Sorry. Should we sit down? We don't have to search for Mel's right away. Alright, sure. Though this room is old as fuck. Reminds me of what I think of an old person's place would look like. You never... I guess not, but still. Why would I? Never knew one set and the other. You're fucking fine now. You're swearing a lot, Ty. I can swear if I fucking want to. But now you're starting to sound like Mom. Ty's voice went low, quiet. He didn't seem mad, although that comment didn't rub him the right way. Don't compare me to her. Why not? You probably... Well, that is because you are very similar, that you two don't get along, right? Along with other things. I'm worried what she's going to say when we get back home, like, how she'll react. Probably good that you have plans to bail, right? Yeah, I can imagine she'd flip. If she's even around. She's gotta be, right? I love my mom, but I don't know, she's busy. Great way to deal with your fucking husband dying. Way to abandon your kid, Carol. Hey, that's our mom. That's his mom's name. Hey, she's... I wanted to jump to her defense, but instead I collapsed and slumped on the nearby chair sitting down. Maybe we should talk about Dad when I get home. You know, Mom and me. Yeah? Why? Well, like, I barely see her. We barely talk, so maybe what she needs is like what you gave me? A reality check? A reality check or a slap in the face? And I give you what exactly? The slap in the face or the reality check? A hard time. That's even better, bro. Just give her a hard time. A hard time? And he smiles. Oh my god, I fucking love Tyson, bro. I shook myself as Ty dropped down next to me, stretching out. I think more? Just someone that you could talk to about stuff? Anything, you know? There's stuff that I've told you that I didn't tell her, or Orlando, or even Dad. Shit, why didn't you tell David? Just small things, nothing big, really. But I felt comfortable just telling you, so I did. I nodded slowly, scratching his neck. I guess you're kind of the same, yeah? Although, not like I had many options. Thanks, I think? No, I mean like... It's a good thing. I think that you're my guy for that. Even compared to Haas, that's like, I don't know. I feel better going to you about stuff. You've been opening up to Dean about stuff too, right? That's because he's gonna be your boyfriend or whatever. I'm like, oh my god, we don't want Dean. That's the thing. Relationships are complicated. Relationships are complicated, guys. What do you guys like? You cannot get me wrong. Like, they are complicated, especially in this sense, because it's like we don't want to hurt Dean's feelings by telling him that we don't like want to be with him. We like Tyson. Tyson is for some reason can't even figure out what he is. Then everyone thinking that we're gonna be with Dean when we want to be with Tyson. It's like, oh my god, kill me, bro. Don't actually. Well, said, pulling a straight piece of fur sticking out from her cheek. What? Don't worry about it, Ty. That's fine. Like hell it is. I don't think I like Dean as much as what other people want me to. Dean's a great friend. We go out and see stuff, eat food, but like, should I be feeling some kind of magic spark in like movies? Fuck if I know. Well, you should. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? I meant it's like, how do I make you feel? Pissed off sometimes. I sighed quickly and quickly ran his hands through his fur, making it messy. I'd already start to bristle over the last few moments after I spoke. But then, like, those are times where I feel safe. Kind of like this stupid warm feeling in my chest. But it's nice, but not in in a not gay way. Right. I feel, like this is stupid. This is about you. Kinda, but like, what I feel for Dean isn't like that. He's big and strong, and that makes me feel safe. He's kind of sweet, and I'd probably be able to laugh a lot more freely around him now. But He's just not someone I love. Maybe I will someday, maybe I won't. It's almost like it seems silly to be considering all these things when we could be dead tomorrow. Yeah, we might be dead tomorrow, but we probably won't be. I just don't want people expecting me to choose Dean just because I like him and he likes me. I like other people too. Okay, fine, I'll back off. Good. I started to pull out his fur and I reached out to grab his wrist. Stop that, you'll hurt yourself. It just sucks, you know. Hurting? Yeah, like, I'm happy for you that you're like getting yourself together. You're acting like you've grown up here again. Or maybe I just forgot how much of a brat you can be sometimes. That's a good thing, right? Well, it means I could work my own shit now. I don't think you have to do it. Don't think you have to do it alone, you know? Yeah, guys, never think you're alone when you're dealing with shit. You always have people. There's people you can reach out to. You even have, if you have true friends, reach out to them too. They'll help you. Get help. Get fucking help. That's so, like, authoritative. My bad, guys. I didn't look at me. Instead, slumping in his spot next to me. Can I ask you something? Anything. What's up? When I asked you about who looked, when I asked you way back about who you thought looked better between me and Haas, I mean, I remember. What did you think of that? I thought it was confusing, but I think I answered honestly, you know? Like, I slumped to mimic how he was putting my hands on my belly. That's what you wanted me to say, the truth. And if I ask you again, like, not the muscle Sal has, I'm not as lean as Haas. We've been getting better and at eating, and we've been getting better at eating in general, so that's more important, right? Rich coming from you. If I told you, would you answer that question for me after? I guess. I like you. You're my type. Maybe it's that scruffy appeal. Maybe it's just how you look at me. I don't really know. You're soft and comfortable when you need to be, but you're strong and brave at the same time too. I'm not some pretty boy or like some raging homo like Orlando. Why does that matter? I don't get it. I mean, like, I'm not anything like Orlando, but we're both gay. I'm not anything like Orlando, but we're both gay. Oh, right, okay. But you'd pick me over us. I guess so, yeah. There was a faintness of smirks across his face before it disappeared again. He breathed inside, glancing at me. Go on, your turn. What's the question? Why does this matter to you? What? Like, if you just wanted me to give you compliments, I'd do that just because. But this is like, I don't know, something you do if you wanted to know if someone liked you. I already know you like me. Maybe a little too much. Right, but I've been clear for that for a while. But just, I don't know where you sit on it. Do you like me back or not? He surprised me when he took his hit. I swear to God, if he tells me to wait, on his response or something like, I don't know. If he tells me that, I am going to flip. Just, that's it, guys. I'm ending the video. I hope you guys had a. I'm joking. I'm not ending the video. Just, I don't know. You want to know something, Ty? What? Aww, I love you. Thanks. But as a brother, right? No, Tyson, we're not starting this shit again. This is not the case. As a brother, as something more. Are you fucking kidding me? Why are you making me choose? Why are you making me choose? Just do the fucking thing. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm saving. Right here. By the way, I just realized, by the way, I like the little like pixel art of the funny little of the guys, even Oswin and Benson, and it even shows what route we're on too, which is cool. I like it. These were made by Bookin, by the way. So shout out to Bookin. We love you, man. Oh my fucking god. Do I say as a brother? Cause we're being honest. We're being honest. Cause we love Tyson. We love Tyson. Dave loves Tyson. I love Tyson. So it's like, do I just say like, as something more? As something more. I looked up in the eye and he pulled his gaze away. You dork. At least you're not freaking out over about it. I think I'm slowly warming up to the idea. It doesn't feel as weird anymore. What made it weird to begin with? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it was seeing you hit puberty and wondering why the fuck you were horny all the time. I sat up suddenly with a frown. I wasn't like that at all. I was just curious. That's why I caught you peeking. That's why you're so eager for me to scrub your back. I didn't hear you complaining. Well, I guess you're right. I'm not promising anything, but if something happens, I want you to promise me something. Promise what? Just be patient with me, alright? I know it's going to be some shit that you're going to say that is dumb. That obviously you would, but I just don't know how it's going to go. It could suck. It could be a mistake. I'll probably fuck it up and hurt you by accident, even if we're not, I want to figure it out. For you. Aww. Do it for Dave. Do it for Dave. That's what I'm going to name. That's what I'm going to name the final episode of Password. Do it for Dave. Should I name it? That's what I'm gonna. That's gonna be the title for this one. Do it for Dave, Tyson. Do it for Dave. Shove it closer, resting my head on the spot between his shoulder and chest. It's moments like this that really make me worry. Worry why? It feels so nice. At the same time, it's like the moment I got comfortable, something's going to come along and ruin it. So hunting for the medals thing isn't much of a distraction. We're not really hunting medals at all, are we? I guess not. But what else is there to do? Well, Tap fell off his shirt and started playing with his hands. Something about what he was doing made him seem nervous. Or it was just, Oh my god, bro. It's too late even to put up the content warning of what he said. It was just fuck or whatever. What? Right here? You're the one that hinted at one again. That was a while ago. Now, Ty. It's a little... Besides, I guess I always figured that you were just riling me up with that offer. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's just something I feel like I should be into more, but getting anywhere near my tail, I just start thinking about the worst kind of stuff. And getting near his tail. Put your shirt back on, Ty. We don't have to do anything if you don't want to. Put your shirt back on, Ty. Actually, no, take it off. You look hot. He quickly put it back on, shifting uncomfortably on the spot. One day I'd like to get there, just so I can say I've done it. With me, or maybe. That's not important right now. He got up, offering a hand. Come on, we should at least try to find the other half of this thing. Or any of the others, right? I stood up and smiled at him. Do you feel better at least? Just had this talk. He stepped closer and wrapped his arms around me. In turn, I did the same. We just stood there hugging for a bit. I do, yeah. Still scared as hell though, but this makes it easier to cope. We could stay here if you wanted. We're safe together, and no one would need to know. Until you start getting hungry for lunch. Or if Orlando makes pumpkin bread. Shit, he's making pumpkin bread? When did he tell you that? I chuckled the moment I realized I was joking, and he grumbled. Even taking a break from lunch, nothing came up. Not that we looked very hard, but we didn't really have any direction to begin with. We barely ran into any of the others too, all keeping distracted in their own way, and seemed very few of us were actively searching for more medals. Not that I could blame them either. We all gathered for dinner. It was almost as if there wasn't a homicide. It was almost as if there wasn't a homicidal rabbit in the woods. We all sat down and seemed to be in high spirits in general. At some point, Oswald and Benson had swapped out keeping watch, and given the lack of gunshots, it seems that we were still without any extra guests. It brought me some relief, but still had me anxious. Almost like the prospect of someone threatening to pop a balloon inches from your face, but without telling you when or why. I hate balloons, guys. I hate balloons so bad, so much. But still, it seemed that Oswin and Benson were discussing who we should keep watching next. And without Benson was fussing over Oswin, it seemed to remind me of Dad. Granted, Benson was shorter than Oswin by a fair bit, and he seemed to comply, if begrudgingly, to whatever it was that Benson decided for the two of them. No one else seemed to have turned up anything as far as medals went either, but progress was progress, even if it was just getting us back to the moment, to the emotions of looking for them. We ate dinner, and everything was surprisingly normal. As I ate, something started eating me again. Something about this morning made me wonder what I should do next. Thankfully, I knew exactly who to ask. Oswin, can we talk? The two of them turned to me as I lingered halfway through the door. I go, we can. Did you require privacy? If you need, I can step inside if you wish. No, it's fine. Stepping out, I was in the night air, breathing deep, looking around. So far, so good, even with the familiar feeling in the night nipping at my fur. Is everything alright? Did you find the medal by any chance? No, not that. Then what is it? I was just thinking about everything that happened up until this point. Wondering about, like, what our next move should be. After all, we can't just continually be on lookout, right? You have a point, my boy. Have you thought of any ideas on what we should do? Not really, but I have a question. He's starting to remind me of Roswell. In what way? He's been quizzing me a lot lately about what we should be doing as well. What the next move should be and such. After all, his idea of a vacation has been tainted by this unfortunate arrival. Question after question that young boy takes after his mother for sure. Dave did not come out here to hear your reflection on Roswell, when he's clearly got something on his mind. Right. It's the thing behind the vault door. What about it? You said this morning, like, we can't let that get into the hands of someone bad because of what they could do it. But if we destroyed it, then what's the risk? That's true. Oswald huffed, standing stiff. Alas, I don't know the code to the door, so that plan is a failure from the game. You don't know the code to your own door? Well, you don't, but Benson does, right? The two of them looked quickly at one another, turning back to me. That's a tad bit more complicated than that on Dave. But how? You said if we find on the minutes we could have what's on the other side. But that's because you're the gatekeeper for the sake of the game, right? Yes and no, regrettably. I don't like the sound of this. I know the password to the thing inside the vault. There's a containment vessel holding about what we spoke about. But that's not tied to the vault mechanism, unless I told you. You struggled to get past the security on that thing. Beyond that, however, I am sorry to have informed you that while I can assure you you are allowed whatever's beyond the door, should you find all the medals as of right now, the password indulges me as well. Wait, so that door can't be opened at all? I don't understand. What's the risk of handing it over when we could just hike back home? You know how to remove a basement door from a mountaintop building, Dave? We can't simply just hand over the room to him. But it's not a room at all, is it? It's something else, and unless he's like, I don't know, a genius like you are, I don't think it's that dangerous. I refrain from choking his ego if I were you. Still, perhaps there's something we can do to stave off some danger. Perhaps meeting with this rabbit could warn someone though. I'm not meeting with that rabbit again. Once was bad enough. Wait, you met him before? I'd hardly call it a meeting, but he was present last time Memphis Noble came totaling down. Noble's Orlando's, well, that's his father. Why is this only coming up now? You got a good look at him, right? Unlike Oswald, who's prone to jump the gun when it comes to our lagomorphic visitors, I prefer to be certain before taking action. If it's indeed the same Jack, and I'm almost positive as it is, he's more useful to us alive. He tried to kill me! All the more reason we should do away with him if we get the chance. He's trespassing. He wants the vault, and he wants to know if Benson is alive, which I guess he should know about now. So long as I'm around, I think we should be alright. After all, what's the worst he can do alone? He literally was going to stab me. Fair point. Regardless, we have no bargaining chip we can hand over to make him leave us alone. It started to hurt, and without realizing it, I closed my eyes and clutched my temple. Interesting. Whereas, just you. I worry that come month's end, your head is going to be hurting a lot more if you keep using that vault. I could just be dehydrated, maybe? If you wish for an injection, I can obligate. But in lieu of Benson's disapproval, let me say that I imagine the vault is going to do a number on your physique. Remembering events from past irritations of timelines, who knows what could change? Who knows what change that could have had on you, or how lasting it may be. That's enough, Falsewing. He's not one of your lab rats. Thanatos has a brother I haven't met? No, it's just him. Just as well I have no fond of that thing. It's a rat, Benson. If you say so. Now, was there anything else? I guess not, but if there's ever a plan on what to do next, can it be told first? Or if not first, just one of the first? I shall endeavor to ensure that for your peace of mind, Dave. Okay, cool. Thanks. Was there anything else? Just one more question out for Benson. Oh? What is it? If we got you all the medals, what do you plan to do with them? Do they make a key? Do you have some special thing that lets you open a door? Or this is not a fucking video. Well, this is a game. Dave, you're not playing a video game. Let's look at Osmond, who quirked a brow curiously at him and kind. That's a complicated question. Probably one best answered with all the medals you offer. Try me. If I leave now, I'll probably be thinking about it. He's got you there. Very well. I have my orders that should all the medals be found, I am to prove it, and in turn I'll get the password for the vault door. Essentially granted to whomever I choose. I never gave you such orders. Indeed, this one was directly ensued by your sister. Ah. So his sister has the vault password? Oops, I just broke an Easter egg, guys. I'm over here fiddling around with the Easter egg as of recording this. That's fun. Instead, she's here? Oh, I highly doubt that, sir. This request came from her long before Dave and his friends arrived. Truth be told, I was a bit confused as to why I'd be given one, but such is served the Hammond family after all. But if the phone's not working, I guess calling her or snapping a picture is going to be impossible. Quite. However, I'm sure I'll figure something out. I'm a man of my word after all. I could almost hear Osmond grinding his teeth in frustration from where I stood, but he stayed quiet. Okay, well, I guess I'll head off back to bed then. And, thanks. You're very welcome, Dave. Good night. I headed back inside and wandered up to my room. The house was quiet without being silent, and the others were around. Some chatting, some just minding their own business, but how they moved hinted that they were still there. I eased tightness in my chest, and I didn't realize I was still holding. Closing the door behind me, I sighed and had a shower. For my own sake, I needed to make sure I stayed on top of that, as a routine would keep me focused. Without thinking, I pulled out my phone and got halfway through sending a message to Ty before realizing the reception was out. I considered sending it a moment before just deleting the whole thing, and instead looking at pictures of him on my phone. Dave, don't do what I think you're. Dave, don't do what I think you're gonna do, buddy. It's like here now in front of the viewers. There are a couple of times that there's a couple that he'd taken of me doing stupid things, like him. I saw my taken of him doing equally stupid things, plus a couple that Dad has sent me. Stopping on one of the two of us cuddling close together, I remember Dad sending it to me over morning coffee, and I almost choked upon seeing it. At the time, I thought it was stupid and that he shouldn't have done that. But the more I looked at it, the more it brought me a sense of comfort that I could readily place. I turned off the light and got into bed, plugging my phone in, and I just waited while listening to the ongoings of the house. Part of me hoped Tyson would disappear and we could go. Part of me worried that what might happen if he did. But he liked his space after all, especially so when heavy stuff was getting to him. And today had some fairly heavy stuff brought up. It felt foreign to me that he wouldn't trust me more of getting help, but he's always been like that. With a sigh, I roll over trying to get some sleep. Maybe if I was lucky, I'd spend another night with him soon. Day 17. God. So I wake up in the early hours of the morning, before the sun was up, before birds outside started to chirp. Opened my eyes, I sat up on the bed. I felt troubled. Maybe sick? It's hard to really place how I was feeling, but in the strangest way, I felt something calling to me. Not literally like when Osmond and Cos took me through the intercom, but different. Oh my god, the vault. Throwing on some clothes to taking comfort in the warmth of my hoodie, I gave me a wandering downstairs. As I reached the bottom of the stairs, I expected to run into Osmond heading to bed again, but nothing but silence greeted me in the floor. His warning came to mind as my eyes wandered over to the path towards the basement. That was the direction I was being pulled in. What harm was there punching a few words? The ball was the only thing that could change the situation we were in, and I thought, maybe that's just what I wanted to believe. Maybe that's just what that was the truth. It was hard to say. But standing in front was something else entirely. The tiredness gone completely with my fingers ready to type in something. Anything in hopes of triggering what I've been through multiple times. Come on, there has to be something. Death, maybe? Murder? What about, Oh my lord, it's him. It's Thanatos. It's Thanatos, guys. Boy, he has a British accent? Okay. I'm gonna try my best to voice him. I nearly jumped spinning around as I quickly scanned the room until I noticed Thanatos casually sitting there on the floor in the middle of the room. You! What? Nothing. What are you? I was about to ask you the same thing. I'm stuck. I haven't. Wait, why are you out of the lab? Shouldn't you still be, Says who? Well, I see. I can go anywhere I want. For you though, what brings you down here? Oh no, just thought I'd try some words, see if I could get it working. A few words, eh? You ain't having a laugh and gonna end up throwing the book at it, aren't you? What book? You know, the dictionary. Shook my head quickly. No, just something to settle in my head, that's all. Well, good. Can't have you spending all day down here anyway. Why not? You deaf? I'm not gonna get anywhere if you spend all day down here. Here's hoping for some answers. Can tell you that much. But what would you suggest? This is the only thing that's keeping my friends alive. Times like this, I feel like going outside. Is that why you're out of your cage? Like I said, I go anywhere I want. Besides, you being down here is doing neither of us any good. But where else am I meant to go? Back to bed? I'm not all that tired anymore. Where else would I even start looking for? Well, anything, I guess. Outside. I need you to take me somewhere. Close. You can't go there yourself. Look, I can get around, but I don't want to be spending all day getting back there and back. Outside isn't safe. Jack's out there, and who knows what else. Or who else? But that's not really worrying to me. That rabbit was bad enough the first time we met. You met before? And he isn't a hare. There's a difference. Yeah, we met back when that dragon came wanting to buy the thing you've been playing with. Was he, got a funny way of talking, but beyond that, don't know don't know. Was all, yes boss, no boss, the whole time he was there though. Enough of that, yeah? Take me outside. This is where we're gonna end the video. It's getting interesting because now we have not heard from Thanatos ever since day, 13? No, not 13, 11. Which is insane. So I'm going to end the video here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment down below. Anything, really. I don't have anything specific for you to comment. Just make sure you comment, like, subscribe. And hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out, everybody.